I'd rather manufacture my trading life so that it doesn't intrude on my sleep.
Hey, it's Walter here, and you're at the Think Profit podcast, where we're going to help you develop a rock solid trading confidence and avoid the potentially endless cycle of system switching. Right, Hugh?
That's right. We're going to help you develop a wealth mindset, develop a trading strategy that fits your core personality, and help you overcome the obstacles that stop over 90% of traders.
All right, Hugh, sounds good. You ready to go?
Yeah, let's do this.
Hey Hugh, so I have a trader here who's wondering about he's getting ready to go live and he's done all of his homework more than most people. And his question is, I've been back testing all he's done a lot of different time frames, 15-minute, 1 hour, 5-minute, daily, but he's like he really likes the 4 hour. And his question is, look, I've got all this data on the 4 hour, but like I just realized I'm gonna have to get up at 2 a.m., to catch some of these trades, and I don't really want to do that. So the question is, what do I do?
Well, luckily the 4 hours is a pretty good time frame, right? Because you can I mean, they're not going to be that many bars, so you don't have to get up that often. I mean, realistically, if you're sleeping, you could potentially just miss one candle or possibly two. So two
Yeah.
things you can do: either just resign yourself to the fact that, hey, I'm going to miss a couple of candles, or you could just do some sort of automated thing where you do an EA or some sort of program that enters a trade for you, and then maybe you manage it and exit it yourself. But at least that would let you enter the trade while you're sleeping, if that's possible. Not all entries are automated, can be automated, obviously, but
Yeah.
those are the two things that I would say. What do you think?
Yeah, you could definitely do that. I mean, my first thought is just, if you're really concerned that those are going to be good trades, you can test that. So you can pull those trades out for your back
Mm,
testing and compare them to other
mhm,
you know what I mean? You could set up an alert, like you were saying, like instead of the EA that takes the trade, it could be an alert if there's the conditions are like the preconditions are met to wake up. I don't do that anymore. I really like the 8 hour or 6 hours. So I'm off the 4 hour. Well, not completely, but like, it's not my main thing.
mm,
So for me, it's not worth it to get up in the middle of the night anymore, which for me is basically New York session. I know for many people it's London session,
mhm.
but for me it's New York session is when I would wake up, in the middle of the night. I would first, for me, I would first verify that you want those trades that you're missing in the middle of the night. So running the test and comparing those trades versus other candles and making sure that like it actually adds something to your bottom line. And then if that's the case, like you said, you could set up an EA or at least an alert or something. Like for example, some strategies, if price goes to a certain level, then you may have a trade, right? So if price gets to here, then maybe and everything lines up, then maybe I'm going to sell here. Or if price gets down here, then maybe I'm going to buy. So there's also like Alert FX or FX Alert. I can't remember. I always get it mixed up. And at that web page, you can set an alert, and it'll send like let you know on your phone when. We can link that up in the show notes, but like it'll let you know, like, okay, look, there's it's hit the level that you wanted, or whatever. Or you can do that on MetaTrader too.
Yeah,
Like it'll
or
fire off an
trading
email
view.
or an alert. Or Trading View, yeah. So there you go. Yeah. So I mean, a lot of these. So personally, for me, like for what I want, I don't want trading to like interfere a lot on. And I used to be okay with that. 15 years ago, I was totally cool with that.
Mhm.
I would get up in the middle of the night and I would like add positions and stuff like that. Like I was insane, right? And then it just got to a point where it's like, I don't know if I'm just getting old or what. I'm just like, you know what? I'd rather manufacture my trading life so that it doesn't intrude on my sleep.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, and I don't even care like if I miss a trade, all right, there's so many more trades out there. So, yeah, so personally, I would probably shade toward not worrying about it or moving to like the 8 hour. The 8 hour are really easy usually to get. So, for example, like if you have an 8 hour at 8 a.m., then you got one at 4 p.m., and then you've got one at midnight, right? So that's for a lot of people, you can almost catch all of those. And
Mhm.
at 11 o'clock, let's say you usually go to sleep at 11, you might at 11 and go, well, is there a really much of a chance that this is gonna, you know what I mean, in the next hour? So like, yeah, so I don't know. It depends on what you're looking for. But it is a thing that I stress when people are backtesting. Make sure you're backtesting how you would trade in real life. if you're going to be sleeping during that time, I always say don't take trades during then, right?
Mhm.
And you can have an indicator on the chart that will block out like the different, Asian, London, New York sort of thing. So you know where you're at. So
Yeah.
visually. So yeah, so it's a tricky thing. It is. I mean, we all have to deal with it if you're dealing like crypto, forex. If you're all night, sort of markets where they're always on, you have to figure out what your game plan is. Yeah.
Yeah, no, totally. To your point, with the time periods, when you do the back testing and you have all the data from that one test, you can go into something like Naked Markets, or you could do it in Excel, and it'll show you when the trades are taken by hour, right? And that will give you
Yeah.
a good indication of, hey, is that a good time to trade? If I'm going to be sleeping at that time, am I okay with missing those trades, or could that be optimized somehow? But yeah, that's a good thing to look at if you're going to be looking at
Yeah.
your data.
Yeah. If you have a really good spreadsheet, it'll often break it down too by session. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you dump your trades and it says, okay, this percentage in Asia and all that. Yeah. Yeah. So that's a good point. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Walter.
Thank you.
All information in this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only and is not trading or investment advice.